A top story this hour, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is on a reassurance mission to Gulf allies that were targeted by Iran during the conflict. Addressing a meeting of the Gulf Cooperation Council in Bahrain, Rubio once again stressed that any deal with Iran would not come at the expense of Gulf security, and this in a fresh attempt at damage control. Marco Rubio delivered a similar message during a visit to Kuwait, assuring Gulf states that their interests would be protected as Washington works towards a final settlement with Iran.
We want them to know, and we want to reiterate and begin to talk to them and engage them on conversations about every decision that's made with regards to this negotiation. We're not going to do anything that undermines the security of our allies, our long-standing allies in the region.
The U.S. Embassy in Kuwait resumed operations during a visit by Rubio, months after services were suspended in the month of March by Iranian attacks. Besides suffering damage from Iranian attacks, the Gulf states also saw their vital oil and gas exports effectively cut off by Iran's blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran has repeatedly said that it intends to retain control over the strait along with Oman and charge what it calls maritime service fees for crossing it. However, during a visit to Kuwait City, Marco Rubio insisted that the U.S. was committed to preserving toll-free navigation in the waterway, which carries a substantial proportion of global oil as well as gas shipments.
I know of no country on the planet that supports tolling or a fee for the use of the straits. That's not going to happen. The president has been abundantly clear.
His reassurance trip comes at a time when the initial Iran-US deal failed to address long-standing concerns about Iran's missile program and regional proxies. The initial deal, which is devoid of any input from ally Israel, the country's prime minister is being seen as the biggest loser of the war. Netanyahu earlier this week called again for his country to increase its military autonomy and reduce its reliance on support from the US. Marco Rubio said that he believed technical talks between the US and Iran would resume on 29th or 30th of June in Switzerland. The talks are part of a 60-day process launched after the US and Iran reached a memorandum of understanding aimed at ending months of war and reducing tensions across the region. Rubio stressed that Washington expects Tehran to honor the commitments it made during negotiations in Switzerland, while warning of repercussions. He described the 60-day sanctions waiver as a temporary measure and said that Trump's administration would judge Iran by whether it fulfills its promises or not.
How are you? Good, thank you. Good, thank you. Thank you.